Good morning. I'm Jasmine Anderson. We begin with a race to stop the severe erosion that's threatening some of our coastal communities. Macy Egland has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
It is a threat. And for us to pretend it's not there is foolish.
The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has once again been called in to rebuild the beach in Montauk after recent winter storms carved out the sand.
People said that these last couple of storms in December and January was as bad as they've seen since Sandy.
Newsday's environmental reporter Tracy Tullis says erosion is a natural process. In the winter, waves pull the sand away. In the summer, the pattern shifts and beaches are naturally replenished. But over the years, Mother Nature and human development have made it impossible to keep up.
In recent years, it has seemed to have gotten worse because the seas are rising and because storms are stronger.
This winter, storms have eaten away significant portions of not only Montauk, but Fire Island and Overlook Beach in Babylon. Out west in Nassau, the erosion is so bad at Garvey's Point in Glen Cove, it's washed out this trail leading to the water.
The problem here on the North Shore is twofold. You've got the effects from the water on the shoreline, but also that heavy rainfall coming down the bluff, washing away this sand and vegetation, leaving these tree roots exposed and vulnerable.
Building near the shore and the bluffs has also taken its toll, weakening natural barriers that protect against erosion. And eventually, experts say many properties will need to be built up or moved back.
So that's a challenge in planning for the future, is how do we deal with the legacy issues by helping folks be able to migrate away from the coastlines.
The longer term strategy has to be building resiliency in everything we do, all of our infrastructure, our water lines, our communities, our roads.
Until then, funding continues both federally and from the state on these dredging projects that protect us temporarily. But experts say it's only a matter of time before it's once again washed away.
With that time that's bought, we need to really find a viable plan for our town to survive in the future.
Reporting for Newsday TV, I'm Macy Egland.
Macy, thank you. Read more about erosion on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. In the Gilgo killings, the estranged wife of accused serial killer Rex Heuermann is standing by him. She says he is not capable of the crimes he's accused of. Asa Ellerup's attorney released a statement yesterday saying, quote, "I will listen to all of the evidence and withhold judgment until the end of the trial. I have given him the benefit of the doubt, as we all deserve." Ellerup, who was married to Heuermann for 27 years, filed for divorce after his arrest. The Massapequa Park man is accused of killing 4 women whose remains were found near Gilgo Beach. He's pleaded not guilty. Read more about the Gilgo killings investigation on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. A renewed discussion about our state's bail reform laws. None of the 4 suspects charged with spreading body parts across the island are charged with murder. And all were released without bail, but are required to wear GPS monitor devices. Experts say bail reform was meant to keep people who committed low-level crimes from getting stuck in jail because they couldn't afford bail. Many are wondering if the law will be amended to add more to the list of bail-eligible offenses due to this case. Newsday's Albany Bureau Chief Yancey Roy had this to say.
When they go forward, that's the debate you're going to have. On the one hand, people are going to say this is a ghastly crime. Shouldn't we add it to the list? And other people are going to say, well, of course it's ghastly, but often it's connected to murder. So do we need to act right now?
The case is still being investigated, and prosecutors say additional charges could be added in this case. Jury deliberations continue today in the trial against the Herrick School District accused of ignoring sexual abuse claims. Prosecutors say school administrators ignored reports that psychologist Vincent Vesta abused students during his 2-decade career with the district. The suit is seeking at least $14 million in damages. This will be the first verdict in a Child Victims Act case against the Long Island School District. The end could be near for for paid COVID sick leave. Governor Hochul wants to immediately repeal the 2020 law that gives New Yorkers up to 14 paid days off when they or their child contracts COVID. The push comes after the CDC guidelines of quarantining changed. Senate Democrats say they support the repeal, with exceptions for healthcare workers. The fight over banning TikTok is now in the hands of the Senate. The House approved the legislation yesterday that calls for China tech giant ByteDance to divest TikTok, or the popular social media video app, will effectively be banned in the U.S. Newsday's White House correspondent Laura Figueroa Hernandez takes a look at how Long Island House members voted.
All 4 Long Island House members vote unanimously for this bill. They all cited national security concerns in saying that ByteDance, the company that owns TikTok, that this is a company that allegedly collects data from its American users, and that this is, very potentially dangerous, especially as we enter an election season. And so they all voted in favor of it.
President Biden has said that he would sign the bill if it is passed. You can read the latest on the possible TikTok ban and what it could mean for you on Newsday.com. Saving Bulldogs, a Westbury nonprofit, is working to give sick puppies a leg up in life. Steve Langford has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
If you've never got to know or love an English or French bulldog, the people at Hurley's Heart Bulldog Rescue in Westbury want to tell you their story.
We saw the breed and how they were struggling and the health issues.
Summer and Harold Summer started their nonprofit 5 years ago to rescue, rehabilitate, and rehome bulldogs in need. And the need is overwhelming.
It just set us off into this crazy notion that we could try to save them all, but we can't.
The organization nurses bulldogs back to health, then seeks adoptive homes for the pets.
I want to keep you. I love it. It's so much fun to foster. I mean, I don't know how people don't want to foster.
Melanie Hoops of Farmingdale has taken in several bulldogs as they await a home. One precious pup needed open heart surgery.
She went in for the surgery. Surgery was successful. And then 2 days later, she passed in our arms at home. And that had to be, I think, the biggest crush ever.
Bulldogs often face serious medical challenges as a result of breeding, and caring for them can sometimes be heartbreaking.
Some of them come in with special needs or there are health issues, and the idea is to give them the best life that they can have until the end.
The search to find families to adopt English and French bulldogs can be a challenge.
I spend days when I wake up crying, not knowing if I could really do all this if I didn't have him.
A mission of mercy. Steve Langford for NewsdayTV.
Read more about rescue bulldogs on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the NewsdayTV video box. Here's what's up on Long Island. Irish eyes are still smiling on the island, and the St. Patrick's Day parades continue. There are parades on Sunday in Patchogue, Glen Cove, and Wantagh.
If you want the truth and nothing but the truth, someone's got to set you straight. I told you money doesn't buy you class.
Luann de Lesseps is coming to Long Island. The Countess and Real Housewife of New York will perform her latest cabaret show Saturday night at the Paramount. Spending an evening with William H. Macy. See the award-winning actor along with a screening of the movie Fargo Saturday night at the Patchogue Theater for the Performing Arts. For admission info and more events, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box on our homepage. Checking out your hyper-local forecast, mostly sunny and warm today, highs in the 60s. That's a look at your day planner. Tomorrow, rain is back with highs in the 60s again. And here's a look at your futurecast. Showers begin tomorrow afternoon, but then you'll notice a break in the rain, and then heavy storms return overnight Saturday. Looking at your 7-day forecast, you're in luck. No rain for St. Patty's Day. Next week, you can see spring is trying to make a comeback. Not too great. Tuesday, we're in the mid-40s. That's your forecast.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Home Tax Saver, PTRC Incorporated.
I'm Jasmine Anderson. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful Thursday.